Christian Fulton's presence at the game hurt. He was absolutely terrible, man. I mean, I ain't seen a Titans defensive back performance that bad since Greg Joseph. Remember Greg Joseph, number 24, a couple years ago, was getting cooked. Old man out there. That's what today's game reminded me of. Christian Fulton, man, just absolutely terrible. BWill TFTV here. Got my FanSight. Titans fall to the Colts. Just absolutely terrible performance by the Titans, man. More specifically, the defense, they just didn't show up, man. I think the absence of T.R. Tart hurt a lot. Christian Fulton's presence at the game hurt. He was absolutely terrible, man. I mean, I ain't seen a Titans defensive back performance that bad since Greg Joseph. Remember Greg Joseph, number 24, a couple years ago, was getting cooked. Old man out there. That's what today's game reminded me of. Christian Fulton, man. Just absolutely fucking terrible. If he wasn't getting cooked, he was looking like fried rice out there. If he wasn't getting cooked, he was getting a pass interference call. 2 or 3 of them on crucial downs, like crucial third downs. Fulton's getting a pass interference, getting them converted. I'm on Twitter throughout the game. People are complaining about the run defense. Yeah, that's a problem. And yeah, that didn't help us win the game. But that's not the reason we lost the game. We lost the game because we couldn't get off the fucking field on third down. We couldn't cover anybody. Fulton specifically could not cover anybody. They were picking on him like he was a rookie corner. I mean, this is a fourth-year guy. Fulton is a fourth-year guy. Luckily, we're done with him after this year. This is last year with us. We're done with him. But he's a fourth-year guy getting picked on like a corner by Striking, who used to be the OC. I think he was the OC up in Philly when he did the same little up, out, and up route with A.J. Brown, and Fulton was on his ass. It's the exact same thing happened today with Pittman. Just terrible, man. He doesn't learn from his mistakes. He makes too many fucking mistakes. And, it's just absolutely terrible. Abysmal game by Fulton. He should stay up there in Indianapolis. Shouldn't even get on the plane. Make him get on a Greyhound on the way home. See if he could cover the fee. He damn sure couldn't cover Pittman. See if he could cover that fee. It's just absolutely pathetic by Fulton, man. The offense played well when they were on the field. The defense Indianapolis was chewing the clock up, running the ball. They beat us with our own game, what used to be our own game plan. The offense looked well when they had the ball. We finally got DeAndre Hopkins involved. That's positive. We finally saw, vintage D-Hop today, a little bit of vintage Tannehill today. He still looked gun-shy in the pocket, happy feet, like he's standing on coal back there, hot coal. But I think that's because, when you play a year with Dennis Daly as your left tackle, you're going to be a little gun-shy. So I can't even blame Tannehill for that, but that's why I'd like a fresh quarterback back there, a little more mobile to where he's not so stuck on the spot. And, that puts a lot of pressure on our not so great offensive line. You get a mobile guy back there, takes a little bit of pressure off the O-line. It can go both ways because they hold the ball a little longer, but it takes a little bit of pressure off the O-line to have to hold up, and your quarterback's right there on the spot. And, it just takes a little bit of pressure on the O-line. Tannehill didn't play bad at all, though he played really well for the time that he had. I think he was 13 of, going into that last drive before the interception, and he was just trying to make a play on the interception. He was like 13 for 16 with 156. And I think Hop had 120 of that. So, the offense played well when they were on the field. The running game got going. A mix of Tajay and Henry. Wasn't Tajay's best game, but he played decent. Henry, same for him. He played pretty decent, not his best game. But the offense wasn't on the field enough to actually impact the game. When they were on the field, they drove down the field. We weren't as successful in the red zone as we normally are. That's something that we got to improve. We had 3 or 4 trips to the red zone, came away with a touchdown on only one of those. 25% clip is not good enough to win in the NFL. I think that's what Vrabel's going to be saying to that offense. We've got to convert when we're down there, especially in a game like this where we're not going to have the ball as much. We got the ball, I think, 4 times. We didn't even punt today. The offense looked good, but when we got in the red zone, it was a mix of penalties and just poor execution that we weren't able to capitalize on that. So if we capitalize on one of those extra drives, we're winning that ball game. You can say that. That's a coaching point that he can have, is we just got to capitalize better when we're in the red zone. So offense, they look fine. It's just the defense couldn't stop a nosebleed, and Fulton himself with one of the worst DB performances I have ever seen in a Titans uniform. In my 20 years of actually knowing what I'm looking at and watching the Titans, that's one of the worst DB performances and most detrimental to the team performances that I've ever seen in my fucking life. Honestly. Like, Fulton, you're just terrible, man. Terrible. You got to get it together, man, because you only got a couple more games with us. You got maybe, I think we got like 10 more games, 10, 11 more games, 10, 11 more weeks, Fulton. You in a Titans uniform, or you're going to be on a practice squad somewhere. You keep playing the way you're playing now. So, you know, he's got to get it together, not only for himself, but for the Titans too. So we've got to either see him get better or put fucking Trey Avery in the game, and let's see what Trey Avery can do. Put a young guy at corner. See what he can do. But Fulton is not it. McCreary outside is not it. McCreary played inside. He plays better when he's inside as that little nickelback, as he did today. He's better in run defense. He's not an option outside. You know, Molden is not an option outside. So, you know, it's just Avery is the only option, and Vildor. Avery and Vildor is the next people up outside that off the top of my head. So Fulton better get his shit together, man, or he's gonna be on the bench, man. So I wouldn't be surprised. Offensive line, again, you know, they were decent. MPF was inactive. Like to see him back. Hubbard did okay, but I'd like to get MPF back in there. Whether that's him at left tackle or right tackle. From what I understand, he didn't really practice the best at left tackle throughout the week. Vrabel didn't sound supremely confident in it when they asked him about it. So, you know, we'll see about that. Dillard played okay. Way better than he's played before, but it's still not good enough. They're still giving up too much internal pressure for one. Brew was atrocious in pass pro today. Just too much internal pressure, not allowing Tannehill to step up in the pocket. That's part of the reason why he looks like he has happy feet in there. He's not stepping up in the pocket. One, because there's so much internal pressure in between Brew, Brunskill, and Score. And two, he's gun shy. So, you know, it's a combination of things on offense. This offense ain't the finished product. On the bright side of things, Kelly called a really good game again, but he can't execute in the red zone for them guys. You know, they've got to execute. So, bright side, Tim Kelly, another good, well-called game. No bright spots on the defense at all. Can't name one. That defense, they were atrocious. You know, I guess the only silver lining is hopefully we get Tart back soon, and he's really important at that one tech stuffing up the run. You see the importance of Tart. You see why Tart is probably going to get a decent payday after this year, whether it's by us or somebody else, but he'll probably get around anywhere from that $5 to $8 million range, $4 to $8 million range for T.R. Tart, I'm predicting, because look how detrimental he was when he wasn't out there for us today. You know, they ran all over us. Simmons is our best player, obviously, but Tart works hand in hand with him, eating up those blocks and, you know, commanding some double teams. That's the importance of Tart, and we saw that today. So hopefully we get Tart back next week. We're facing Baltimore. They're going to run the piss out the ball, you know. So we got to be able to stop the run against Baltimore. We faced a mobile quarterback today. We did all right against Richardson when he was in the game. Lamar is not Anthony Richardson, and Anthony Richardson is not Lamar Jackson. So it's going to be different gravy over there. It's going to be a little kink in the preparation for the guys because they're going to be traveling across the pond probably on Thursday or Friday. So, you know, it's going to be interesting to see how the Titans manage that. We haven't been good on the road so far this year, so I'm not really expecting much from the game, you know, against Baltimore in London on Sunday, and we have a bye week after that. So, honestly, before the season, I said if we got to the bye week at 2-4 or, you know, 3-3, we're on a good little stretch to, you know, have a run after that bye week with the schedule as it lightens up and gets a little bit easier. But, you know, we got to win some division games. The Jaguars won today. They're 3-2. They beat Buffalo. I think Houston won and Indy won. So we lost a game on everybody. I think Houston won. Don't quote me on that. But we lost a game on everyone today. So we got to make that up next week against Baltimore. And then we got to start winning some division game. Well, we can't make that division game up next week, but we got to win a fucking game either way. And then make those division games up as they come. Because right now we're 0-1 in the division and we're sitting at 2-3. 2-3 if I'm not mistaken. So just rough, man. Rough. So yeah, y'all let me know in the comments what y'all think about the game, what y'all think about the defense, how bad they were, man. What y'all think about Christian Fulton's abysmal performance. Vrabel's decision to go for it at the end of the game too. Let me know what y'all think about that. I think that was a good decision. We're down by 1 point if he kicks the field goal. We're down by 4 if he doesn't. It doesn't fucking matter. We still got to get a stop either way. So I'm cool with Vrabel going for it there. Y'all let me know in the comments what y'all think about that. And what do y'all think? What are y'all predictions for next week against Baltimore in London? You know, we need a big win. We need a win, period. We need one. So make sure y'all subscribe, like the video. Appreciate all the support at TFTV. Make sure y'all watch the Exit One Show on Exit One Show on YouTube. Check that out. Check out TFTV, the other fan sites we've had. for the last couple games, and make sure you like and subscribe to us. Appreciate y'all.